Hi everyone, Emma here. Did you guess what I picked from the haul? You probably thought I was going to pick Swarovskis, but I have been waiting for this stuff forever to do some really cool stuff. So actually this bracelet is inspired by Sarah Ellis, and she has an awesome channel. Let me see, I think the name of her channel is Sarah Ellis. And I'm trying to do this with my left hand. Okay, yeah, it's Sarah Ellis. So take a look at her channel. I'll post the link to this project. It's a, I guess, I want to say it's a live that she does on a regular basis. And then she does a project while she's talking. I don't know how she can multitask like that. And she's making jokes through the whole thing too. I'm like, there's no way I could. Maybe one day I'll be like Sarah Ellis. Anyway, so let's take a look at what I have. So I have this lovely white leather. Now, just a quick note about this leather. I got this from, well, the label says Leather Cord USA. It comes from Wholesale Jewelry Supply Company, and I was not happy with this leather. There's a lot of blemishes on the leather. I don't know if you can see these kind of little things here. And as you can see, look, as I'm pulling it away from, it's stuck. So it's almost like they coiled it while it was still wet with the finish. So of course when you pull it apart like that, the finish peels off. So, and I noticed a piece that I cut here is actually cracked. Right there is actually cracked. Now, it's leather, so you're gonna get stuff like this, but I'm so picky, and I find that like I wouldn't sell something like this. There's another blemish. So one of the things I have to do is understand that I do better with natural leathers, because then you don't get the finishes peeling and stuff like that. So I kind of stick with that. So what I did was I cut 2.5 feet, which is 30 inches. So it's probably way too much, but there it is. I like to go longer because I hate to get to the end and realize I don't have enough to make my knots. So take that. And I'm not going to use all three of these colors, although I like the way they go together. I kind of use them to inspire my color picks for my beads. So the color I'm going to pick is this kind of lime green yellow. So I'll just put these guys aside. So this was from the Art Beads haul, and it was the kit packages that had 12 of these spools in each, and it ended up being something like $2.50 a spool when you pay, I think, $5 to $7 a spool. So that was an awesome deal. And so far I've used it a few times. I just love it. It's gorgeous. Okay. And the idea is I had these lucite beads forever and have been wanting to use them in a bracelet. And when I saw Sarah Ellis's bracelet, I was like, oh my God, that's it. That's what I need. So there it is. So I'm going to do, now this sticks out quite a bit, and I don't like that on a bracelet. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 3 in the middle as the focals, and then I'm going to do 2 small ones on, or how many do I have? Let me see here. 3 in the middle. I had it all lined up, but of course it's a mess now. So I have, yeah, 2 on each side. Okay, and there's my button. And I have some ceramic beads. Now, I wasn't going to do, she puts a few little beads before she starts her flowers. So I pulled a few out. She also uses some in between the flowers because it makes sense that they'll be bumping up against each other. So you kind of need something in there. So I thought these green ones would kind of go nicely in between like that. So we'll see when we get there. Yeah, I think that's everything. So let me undo this, and I do have my tube bead to make my barrel knot, and you can use pretty much any size. I'm using a 2mm leather cord, so it passes through this pretty easy. And I have a twisted collapsible or large eye needle. I don't know what they call these guys, but they're great. I mean, they get all bent, but you can straighten them out pretty easy. So let me pull this out, and we'll get started. You would not believe how long I've been wanting to use these components, so we're going to need that right away. And let me get a little tray here for my goodies. And set my needle there. Okay, so I'm going to find the midpoint at the top like this. Actually, we're going to put our leather on first. And that slides on nicely. For the top, I think I'm going to secure my S-Lon right away into the buttonhole. Then I don't have to put a knot. Yeah, I'm just making sure I got this right. So for the length of the S-Lon, let me take this out again. Because we're using it for macrame, I find that macrame uses up a lot of cord. So I think I'll do 4 times the leather. So 1, that might be a little too much, but we can always cut it. Hopefully it won't be too long and get in the way. So I just fold it and go over it. This is like not a major science thing that has to be measured and measured and measured. So yeah, I almost want to do 2 more. Yeah, I am. It's better safe than sorry. There. I'll just use my nippers. Got that. Okay, we'll put that aside. Let's find the midpoint here. That's interesting. I hear a plane, and since the airport is closed, it's unusual. And we're not on the like, we have the Air Force base, which they don't fly planes there anymore. It's all the helicopters. But if there is a rescue at sea, the rescue boats or planes, the search planes, come out of this airport. So let me put this one on first. It's a little finer. So I hope you guys are doing well. It is now February 5th, and I'm recording these ahead of time because of my hand surgery. So you will be watching this after I've had my hand surgery. So you'll be like, oh my God, look, she's using her hand. She's healed already. Yes, it's very good, look. It's a special hand. The magic of video. But so it's really interesting doing the first time there was a suggestion of a surgical date, the initial one that got canceled. I did probably about 10 videos, and I found it really strange, and I didn't like it. Like, I felt like I wasn't talking to anybody, which is weird because basically I'm talking to myself right now. So I was like, oh, I don't like that. I'm not going to do that again. But this time I was like, I think part of it is I felt guilty that it was almost like I was tricking you. Trying to pretend that I'm there when I'm not, kind of thing. But this time I was like, you know what? Now, what I'm doing now, so I found the midpoint to everything. Now I'm pulling out this top one a bit because I'm going to do my barrel knot, and I want the cords to be even at the end. So just remember which one you did it with. So if you do the top, then you'll always remember. So and I'm going to try and show you very carefully here. And I do have other videos showing you how to do this. So you want to pinch like this and put your crimped or your barrel knot tube, I guess you would call it. So you hold everything together, and this doesn't really matter where it is. It's going to go in the middle, and we're going to weave it. So then you're going to take that top one, you're going to go around and use your fingers to hold. That's, I find, that the hardest part is knowing what to hold on to, because then this gets loose and it doesn't look good. So then you come around again and hang on to it, and then grab it. And you can do this as many times as you want, whatever you feel looks nice. I normally do 3. I think I might do 4 for this one. So there's 4. Now just hang on to that. Okay, so now you're holding on with those 2 fingers. Now you're going to switch and hold on with these fingers, because you want to take this cord, this one here that you wrapped, and slide it into your tube bead. And you slide it all the way through, and it comes out the other side. And grab a hold of it, pull it through. Now you can push your tube down in and pull it out completely and pull it off. You're done for now. Then pull this down. Now, before you go any further, I want you to switch fingers again this way. Make sure you hold on, because this is still loose. That will unravel if you don't hang on to it. And right here, this is too long. You want your knot up. I like my knot at the button edge, but a lot of people do it right up to the shank. It's up to you. I sometimes do it this way because when I wear my bracelet, I like the button to sit flat, not like this. If you put your knot all the way up there, it will sit this way, and you won't see it. You'll see the edge of it, and it'll also dig into your wrist. So I like mine to sit flat, and it also is better for, hanging on to the other part of your bracelet. So we have to bring our knot up a bit. So switch fingers, and you're still kind of holding on loose. Now you want to, this is the one, you can see this is the one that we put through. So you want to hang on to that one. That's the one you're going to tighten. But what you do is you jiggle your knot to the edge or where you want it, and then pull tight. And you can kind of jiggle the knot a bit as you're pulling. And there you go. So this is fine the way it is. Now I like to pull it really tight so that this never comes loose. It's not necessary, but like I said, I'm a little obsessive. So there we go. We are set to get started. And you know, I'm thinking this S-Lon is really narrow. We probably could have added all three colors and done kind of a tie-dye look. But for another time. So what I have here is my clipboard that I got at the dollar store. And I put a bead mat on it. Now this one has a hole here, so you can take and slide your leather and your S-Lon. Oh yeah, this is long. I may have to cut this. Slide it in through the hole. You can attach a rope, a little piece of shoestring, whatever. So you're going to slide that in. Put everything through. Let's see. There we go. Okay, that one didn't go in. Let me put this through. It's like that. And this is just going to hold it in place. You can use a clip. I have some clips. Just if you're using clips, be careful with your leather. You might want to wrap it in something, because this is like amazing. You don't need a fancy schmancy. I haven't found. I've been doing leather wrap bracelets forever, and I have not found one. What do you call them? That holds your bracelet in while you're working. I have not found one yet that works to what I need. And part of the reason is I do leather wrap bracelets. So when you do multiple wraps, you need something that's you're going to be able to turn it and move it up and down. And so I use this, or I use a bead tray and attach it to the bead tray, and I show you that in another video too. So then you come down to the bottom, and the other part that's good about this is it's up off of your mat so that you can get your hands in there. So that's really cool. So then I just take the bottom piece here like this and I clamp it. Now, like I said, I would not normally put the clamp or the clip directly on my leather. So what you can do is just turn your leather like this and then roll your mat on top of it so that you don't scuff up your leather. And then just put your clamp, and I'll just do that. And there you go, you're all set. So let's see if we could do this. So the basic beginning part is wrapping a section. Now I should probably measure. I would say the button is just under an inch, and we're going to do a 7.5 inch. Let's say, yeah, so let's count an inch, because then we'll count the end as well. So let's do 6.5 inches. So if it's 6.5 inches, I want to find my midpoint, because then I need to know how many, like where to put the middle flower. That way I know how much to add here of this macrame part. So 6.5 would be 3.25. And get my inches here. So 3.25 is my mid. So there's not going to be a lot of macrame here, because you think these guys are pretty big. So there's one. 1, 2, and then I said 2 of the little ones. 3, or like that. So yeah, I think that's probably, let's see, that's about an inch. Yep, look at that, right on an inch. Okay, so we'll do an inch of macrame, and hopefully you can see this okay. I might put something here. The shininess is kind of distracting. I have a piece of bead mat that's cut. Actually, this is a just a piece of that hard felt that you. There. Okay. Let's move these guys out. Okay. Let me enlarge this a bit. So you take your left hand strand, and you're going to create this angle like this over top of your leather. And I just kind of pinch it with my finger, and then you're going to go over top of this part here, so over this, but you're going to go underneath and through this hole. So you go underneath your leather and through this hole like that. And there's lots of videos on how to macrame as well, and a lot better instructions as well. And just pull that tight. And I do believe you have to switch sides of what your which side you started on. If you don't switch sides, it will twist, which is fine. That could be the look that you're going for. I think I'm going to keep it to side to side. So I'm just going to do like that. Okay, so now this side. Pinch it, and I'm going to tuck it. So I'm not going to go into great detail with this part here. Like I said, there's lots of videos on this. Then over. So I'm getting excited. I feel like I'm getting prepared for a trip or something with this surgery. It's kind of silly. And the reason I'm getting prepared, I'm preparing all these videos. And what I was going to say is, the fun part about these videos is it's forcing me to do stuff. Because normally I think about things and then I put stuff aside and I'm like, oh, I'm going to do this, oh, I'm going to do that. I just want to make sure sometimes I forget which side I'm on. I'm just going to try and do this quickly. So yeah, this way I'm actually doing a lot of bracelets that I've been wanting to do for a long time, like this one. So it's kind of neat. It's one of those things. It reminds me of like when I used to host a paint night, and you know, you have all these wonderful ideas of different projects of paintings you're going to do. Sorry. And then, you know, you never get to them. But when you have other people counting on you, you're like, okay, I got to get this organized here. So I would organize different projects for people. So when they came, they didn't have to bring anything. They could just come in, sit down, and start painting. So this is looking good. Oh, this is looking nicer than I thought. At first I was like, oh, maybe this cord is too thin. But it's looking good. This is awesome. Okay, I am gonna just pause for a second here, because in her video, as she gets closer to the flowers, she put some beads, and I did take out some ceramic beads from that beautiful ceramic bead haul that I did. So let's see what this gives me. So yeah, there's maybe enough for 2 beads actually. And let's see, this kind of didn't work the way I intended. Let's put the flowers on this side. So I think I want the green ceramic beads to be in between the flowers so that it doesn't take away from the color of the flowers. And then, so I think I have some yellows and some navy. Maybe if I did, I think I'll do a navy and then a yellow. And then we'll do the same on the other side. So I'm going to put these 2 sets aside for the other side of it. So I don't need these guys. So I'll put those away. They'll just be confusing. Put that there. Okay. So for this part, I'm going to put a blue bead on my string. And bring it all the way up like that. And then we're going to put one on the other side, the same color. And the holes are nice and big, so they're easy to thread onto this S-Lon. And we're going to macrame the same as we did. Like that. Go underneath and through the loop. And pull it through. Like that. And pull it up. I think I'm going to put another macrame here to hold this secure. So we did that side, let's do this side. Let's make sure that's tight. So this is the first time I've done this. So be kind to me. This is looking amazing. Oh my god, I am so hooked. I'm going to be doing a bunch of these, I'm sure. Okay, so now we'll put the yellow one on. Holy. And see if I can enlarge this. It's incredible. Look at that. So let's do the yellow one. And then I'll have to, I don't know if she has a Facebook page or something. I'll have to let her know and post a picture of the finished bracelet. Oh yeah, that's going to be amazing. Okay, so we take this side and then take this one and weave it through. So just to clarify too, these videos are not really meant as tutorials, and just because tutorials take a lot of time of research and getting the right measurements for everybody and counting how many beads you need and stuff like that. So this is more of, and like a lot of my videos, they're more meant to be inspirational, give you ideas on colors and designs. So there is that. Now we're going to start with a small flower, forget-me-not. So that's what these are. So we're going to weave. You know what? I think I need another one in between. I missed that. Do you know what? I can weave one on. That's not a big deal. It's not a deal breaker. I could weave it in through here. Yeah, I needed a one to hold these guys on. I wasn't thinking. So, let's see if I have a collapsible needle that I can kind of poke through there. So I just cut like 4 or a foot of this stuff. So I'm just going to put it on my collapsible needle. And we'll try and maneuver it through. Let's see if I can do this. Okay. I want to tie it off somewhere. I might have to tie it off here. So we're going to put it through here. Move this, you know what's going to happen. These are all going to fall off. I'll see if it'll go through this leather. If it doesn't, we'll just tie it up here. I'm trying to wiggle it. See, because I did it really tight, it might be hard to get through. Oh, it's going through. Behind it. It's going through the back and down the middle. That's good. Okay, let me. Perfect. Look at that. It went right down the middle here. Went right down here. That's good. So let's get my pliers to pull that through. The S-Lon is twisted, so it has like ridges on it. So that's why it's kind of... Okay, so let's see where the best way to tie this is. Actually, we could tie it through the shank. There's space there. Okay, let's pull this through a bit more. And put this through here. This is awkward because of the... Normally I would just go ahead and take my clipboard and put it in my lap. Okay, let's do this. And I'm gonna do it again. And then we're gonna pull the knot inside this here, so then you won't see it. And we can put a dab of glue later. Let's see, there's my needle. That's this one here. And let's see if you can see this. See how, and it's also tightening at the same time. So I'm just gonna pull. And if it gets stuck, then that means it's tight. So there. Okay, so I'm gonna leave that for now and we'll fix that at the end. So I could take this. Actually, I want to make sure that this line goes in between. So let's take a look at what we have here. So it just happened the needle came through between the pieces of leather, but it's over top of these pieces of macrame, so I want it to go in between, because I want this to sit in between and come up. And just be careful not to poke your leather. Of course, you would have done it correctly and attached this at the beginning. You wouldn't need a needle. Oh, did I get it all tangled? I did. No big, just undo your leather and pull it through. There. And there you go. So let's put that back on here. And we're ready to get started again. Like that. We don't need this needle anymore. Actually, we could, yeah. Oh, actually, you know what? I'm going to leave it on. I'll use it to thread the lucite. Okay. Now, I want this turned over. We were working on the other side. Undo this for a sec here. There, like that. It's over. There. Like this. A lot of fiddly parts to it, but once you get going, it's fine. Okay, lots of threads everywhere. Okay, so I'm taking the middle strand in between the two pieces of leather, just kind of positioning it, and then I have my two macrame cords on either side. Okay, so now we're doing a single small blue flower. I wonder if I move my camera up, then I can get closer to the desk. And put it down. There. Okay, so there's that one in a blue flower. And I have these lovely, these are check glass 2Os. They're really big. I got a bunch of them and put them in a jam jar. Oh my god, they're so awesome. They have a luster on them. They are gorgeous. And look at that. So they're beautiful. So then just draw it all the way through, down to your work. And you're going around this bead and then back down the middle. And pull it all the way through. And I'm just gonna kind of hang on to that there. Look at that. Oh, this is gonna be amazing. Oh my gosh. I get so excited. Okay, so now we have to do a macrame of the green beads. That's why we had these guys. Yeah, that's just so not working. Okay, so we're gonna, I think I'm gonna do one macrame and then put the bead, just because I feel like I need something to cinch this up. So let's try that. Okay. Oh my gosh. This is incredible. Wow. I ordered a bunch more of these from AliExpress, and I got a set of kind of pink colored leaves and stuff like that. I'm gonna have to check my orders. Like, I ordered them months and months ago, so I'm weaving this green one on. It's possible that I canceled I put it in my cart and never ordered it, but I thought I did. I thought I did. Where's my damn beads? I'm getting crazy. I have to be honest, I think I might be getting a bit manic. And, with bipolar disorder, sometimes stressful events can cause an episode. And I think, and a stressful event doesn't necessarily mean like an emotional stressful thing. It could also mean, taking drugs that you wouldn't normally take. So like the sedation for my oral surgery could actually cause an episode. So, oh my gosh, this is incredible. I can't believe this. These are so cute. Okay, so green. Let me see. Dee. I'm so glad you guys came and joined me. You guys are so nice, by the way. I just have to say. Super nice. I've had a few people, like, I could probably count, and it's maybe 4 or 5 of comments that didn't really upset me, but made me kind of go, I wonder what they meant by that. And I think I tried to ignore it, and I mentioned it in a video, and you guys are like, I'm gonna beat them up for you. We love your videos. What are they talking about? That kind of thing, right? So, yeah, so that's pretty amazing that only like that few. Now, did I? Yeah, I should put a flower. It's too early for one of these. It's flower time. It's not like hammer time. It's bead time. I can't remember that beat. Okay, so one of these. So the forget-me-nots, I looked it up because I did a 21-day painting challenge that this beautiful artist and yoga teacher puts on. Their online classes, and they're 21 days for $21. And each day you paint, and there's a different theme for each workshop. And I think I'm just wondering if it's a little too close. Let me see what I've got from the others. No, I think it's going to be fine. So one of the painting workshops she did, and it's supposed to be like, it's not about learning how to paint, it's about inspiring yourself and being kind to yourself and wellness and stuff, right? So she'll, talk about a different yoga pose or a breathing exercise you can do, and then whatever the thing that she wants you to paint that day. She talks about that in its meaning. So she did one that was flowers. Oh my gosh. It was the most amazing. I was so inspired. Okay. So now we're going to do one of these. So this has to stay. Make sure that this is here. Okay. Like this. And like this. So she did forget-me-nots. And so she talked about the meaning. So I just looked it up again just to refresh my memory. So it says that forget-me-nots is to represent love and loyalty to your loved one. I thought there was more to it. Yeah. As for gardens, I find that I'm so into any type of wildflower garden, any flowers. But you have to be careful with forget-me-nots. They'll spread, and you know, they may end up spreading into your neighbor's garden. They won't be too happy with you. So there. Do one more. Cinch that in there. Hopefully I've measured this right. Be a funny looking bracelet if I didn't. Okay. Now for the big white ones. Hopefully I counted this right for the yellows. I've got lots of yellows anyway. Oh, and a blue bell. Okay, let's bring this up through the middle. So we need a green and a white and a blue. Now this is my own invention here. This is not a forget-me-not. You guys would be like, Emma, that's not a forget-me-not. And so you're going around the bead, by the way, in the middle. So you're not going back down. Now you could take a smaller bead and then slide through all of these, but I'm going to use this one as the stop bead. And down through that and down through the middle of your leather. And pull that all through. I've done something. Oh, I crossed over the thread. Let me see if I can fix that. Because it's twisted thread cord. Let me see if I can. There we go. It's a little better. No, let me fix that. There. And so if you pull your little bead out, hold it. And she had, I think she was using like an awl or a bead reamer like this to kind of, so you stick it in your, see here, go down here, take your bead like that and put this in the hole and hold it in place. and then pull your cord through. But I just jiggle it around and pull it. It should be fine. And this has to go down through the leather without getting tangled. I'm tangled into my long cord here. Oh my gosh. There. Bring that back down here. Like that. There. I'm not going to use that. Okay. And bring this around. I hope this isn't too frustrating for you guys. Oh, it's not. If I pull that, yeah. Do another macrame to cinch this. And go under the petals. And I'm just going to try and I think it might be wobbling a bit too much. One of the things you can do to tighten that is put like something underneath your leather to hold it up. Like this, just tuck it underneath. That might be a bit too much. There. Okay, so let's put the green beads on. And I would say, okay, now I'm going to pause it and I'll put the rest on and I'll be right back. No! Step a bit so you can see what's going on. Okay. So bring those all the way down. And then do your little loop here and then the loop on the other side. Go underneath the cord and through the loop, but make sure your flower cord is in there. And straighten that out. Those guys under. That's let's see if it feels loose. There, that's better. Oh, it keeps undoing. Tighten those guys and there. Yeah, it's a good thing we put some beads in between. I think too with those beads it will have a smooth spot for your hand, your wrist. Otherwise otherwise you might have like flowers poking you. Okay, we need a green on this side. Or did we do the greens already? Yeah, we did. So we need another white. So let's get our cord through the middle. Need a green, a white, a blue, and a yellow. Just gonna kind of hold it there, see if that makes it better. That is better. And I might tuck it under here so it doesn't get loose. Okay, now we're going to do one macrame like that. And then we're going to do the green. And the other green. So this is kind of high too. For myself, and again, I've never done this, so I don't know what it's going to be like at the end. I might stick with these little ones, these short ones, and just do a whole bunch of those. So there. Okay, this is a little smoother than the first one there. Get this guy coming through again. We need a green. And it's funny, I just have like enough of these flowers. Of course, I probably counted them going, okay, this is how many I have, so this is how many I can put on. And a yellow. Let's see if I hold it with my nail and pull it through. Through the middle. And then bring these guys through here. Now we need a green. That's coming along. We could probably use more space in there, but I think I'm a little concerned that the bracelet will end up being too long. So I hear that plane again, so they must be doing a search and rescue, which I find really sad. we lost a lobster boat out in Digby, and I think one guy survived, and they searched for a long time for the other bodies. So I didn't know that that was what that plane was. And one day I was out walking, and some old guy said to me, "Did you see the search and rescue plane?" I said, "No, I saw the plane, but I didn't realize that's what it was." And he said, "Yeah, they're looking and stuff." So now every time I hear it even, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is not good. Okay, now we need a green. I think I miscounted on the green, so I'll have to pull out some more ceramic beads. But I have lots of them, so that's not a big deal. One there. Oh no, I've got another one, so there must be a loose green one somewhere that like fell when I was moving things. Okie dokie. So let's find this one. That one. Here. There. I'm itching to take it off so I can see the backside. Okay, now we're going to do the small ones again. So green and a blue and a yellow. We're going to do one macrame. There, secure it. Now we need the ceramic beads. So let me grab those. Oh, and I did put them close by. I kind of had a feeling that I would need them. I have one, but I need three. Okay, let's put this one on. So it wasn't too bad with the length of the macrame. Sometimes what I do, because I do make macrame bracelets, I will roll the end of it up and clip it. You can put it in like a little plastic baggie, like a small, your bead bags, and snap it close as much as possible, and then use that to weave through so you don't have a whole bunch of thread everywhere. So this guy here. We used to do macrame at summer camp. I loved it. There, and then one more. Heel. Green. And a blue. And a yellow. Okay, macrame to kind of cinch that in there. You notice it got really quiet. Okay, I was paying attention. It only takes me like 20 minutes into the video. I was like, okay, I better smarten up and do this right. So my wife is off to the gym today. I could have gone. I'm about my 3rd day after my oral surgery, and I could have gone, but I'm going to do one more here. So I actually didn't need the extra 2 greens because now we're going to do a yellow and then a blue. I was a little concerned. They did say no heavy lifting. I think they said for 48 hours. And I think part of it is you clench down on your teeth. And they don't want you to cause any trauma to your gums or to your jaw. So I thought, you know what? This would be a good opportunity for me to get caught up on these videos. Because as much fun as this is to do, if you start doing them like an assembly line, it starts to be not fun. It's no fun. So I'm like, oh, I was up till 4. That's what makes me think I might be manic. I was up till 4. Good news, I had 2 leftover Christmas gifts. Oh my god, I can't believe I'm saying this. It's February. 2 leftover Christmas gifts that didn't get sent. And the reason they didn't get sent was I wanted to make brand new bracelets for these people along with some beads, sending them some beads. And you know, they sat there and one thing led to the other, and finally I was like, I'm just gonna put in some bracelets that I made before, and I will make new stuff for them another time. They'll understand. You know, I'm having surgery. I need to get these videos done so that there's some fun stuff. Because part of the fun too is if I have videos that are being released and then everyone comments, so please comment, then I can respond to the comments because I can read and I can type with my left hand on my tablet. So So that'll be fun, right? But, so I was up till, and then I had the Valentine's Day things. I wanted to have the Valentine's Day stuff sent out earlier too, but once I realized there's no way it was going to get there for Valentine's Day, I was like, this way I could put more stuff in the packages. So just be aware if you ever wondering about participating in the giveaways. I always put extra stuff. Now I don't know if I will for this one, just because I'm going to do up the packages ahead of time. So we are done this part. So let's go ahead and measure this. We have, so this is, let me see here. There's 5 and we need 7.5, so we should have added more to this end here. Like, it's a bit close. Let me see here. That's 5, so we need at least 2 inches here. Oh well. Whatever, as the kids say. So let's just rock this. So yeah, so for the giveaways, I'm going to have them ready in bubble envelopes to mail, and then I can just turn my computer on, and I have the Canada Post shipping app, and I'll whoever wins, you send me your email address and your address, and then I'll type it in, print off the label. I don't have glue on labels or sticker labels. I'll have to get my wife to tape it on and probably mail it, unless I want to walk. I could walk to the post office. That, you know what, that might be a good kind of activity to do. The post office is probably, I'm trying to think, maybe a 20 to 30 minute. I think I'm this way here. Walk. I'm going to take this off now. And secure this a little better. Yeah, so it's not too far. That might be good to get me out of the house, and it's only going to be once a week, so it's not a big deal. I think I messed up. You can't really tell, but I find that if you have to go from one side to the other, and if I don't do this a lot, then I forget which side I'm on, and then I'm like, oh my gosh. So it is kind of turning a bit, but that's fine. It still looks good. So I mean, part of it too is this one's like really close together and this one's not. I think I'm mixing up. Yeah, I might be pulling it too tight. Try and pull it down a bit. Okay. See. So yeah, hopefully somebody guessed this. I mean, it's kind of, it was either the S-Lon cord or the Swarovski stuff. So easy to guess. So when I do macrame, I usually use this clipboard, and I do it in front of the TV because you can see, you know, it becomes very repetitive. So yeah, I think I messed up on this bottom piece. You get fast at it, that's for sure. So yeah, my wife, back to that, my wife's at the gym. And I was going to take the day off yesterday and not swim, but I could hear it in her voice. She was like, maybe you should come, you know, you don't have that many more days in the pool before your hand surgery. And what it was is yesterday was the first day of the increase in how many people in the pool at once. So that meant she would end up sharing a lane with somebody. And she didn't want to do that, which actually is probably smart, because if she gets exposed to somebody, that's 6. So we need another. I could potentially be exposed and then my surgery get canceled, so, or rescheduled. So I'm glad I went. It was tough at the beginning, but one of the things I found too is when you're in the pool, you breathe. Try to breathe consistently in and out. And I felt like I was out of breath. That was the first time I was out of breath in like a year of swimming. And that's since I've lost so much weight, it's not an issue anymore. My breathing's really good. But when you get anesthetic for surgery, it affects your breathing, and it like the drugs are expelled in your breath. So, you know, being tired and sedated and so it was good. Like when we would do patient teaching, we'd tell them to do some deep breathing and coughing, and that's so that you can expand the lungs, you can get rid of all that crap that's in there. So now you could add like little tiny beads here, like these guys here. And I think she did. Yeah, she does in hers. I was like, oh, that's a good idea. And I'm like, wait a minute, it's not my idea. None of this is my idea. So yeah, check out Sarah Ellis's channel. Pull that tight. I think she does a live once a week. I'm terrible for stuff like that. I am, when I started watching YouTube, it was like, if something's over 3 minutes, I'm not watching it. Which I think is hilarious because my videos are never short. If there's a 3-minute video, something's wrong. So I still have issues with live videos in the sense that like pre-recorded lives. And you know what, here's, to be fair, I watched a lot of videos for artists and for painting and stuff like that. They would, there was a few in particular that I watched. They would put one mark on the paper and or the canvas and start talking and answering questions. And it always sounded like they knew the people and I was an outsider. I didn't know anybody in the group. So it was like, you feel like an outsider and you're not seeing anything. Like, I'm like, well, why am I watching if I can't see you do something? So that's why I'm trying to figure out where my place is in that situation. I had so much fun with the lives. Everybody was so amazing participating and chatting and laughing and stuff. So we're close. Almost there. So, yeah, I want to make sure if I do it, it's going to be interesting for people. Yeah, I'm starting to do better now. It's a little more even. It's not twisting. See how it's twisting there? It's all weird, bumpy. So I just remembered there's a way to look at the knots to know which side you're on. And as soon as I do that, then I remember which side. So, but it takes, you don't do it all the time. So I haven't done these since the summer. I'm trying to think, 2 summers maybe. Yeah, I think it was 2 summers ago I did macrame. Wow, time is just flying by. I was trying to think of some stories, and I was trying to think of to not tell the same story twice. Not so much for you guys, more for my ego. I'm like, oh my god, I'm getting old. I sound like my mom. I'm repeating the same stories over. That's what happens. Your repertoire of stories starts to, hit the repeat button and go on the same stories all the time. Let's see. I think I'm going to leave it at that because it looks long to me. Oh, and I'm going to do a barrel knot, so yeah, it's probably a good idea. Yeah, let's take this off, do our barrel knot, and we will be done. Oh, do you guys see what I did? I have the button there. I can't get it through because of the flowers. Emma. So I'm going to have to cut this. Let me see if my memory wire will cut that metal. That is not smart. Guys, you guys are probably like, oh god, what are you doing? I wonder if that's the closest. It's working. Let me make sure I don't cut my bracelet. Sorry, you have to wear the clipboard as part of your bracelet. Who wants to win it now? I could go to the basement and get the proper tools for this, but that would be like thinking too much. I can't believe I did this. Where's my... Okay, this one should do it. These, I find these tools open too wide for my little hands, so it's hard to hold the handle and close it at the same time. Almost there. Let me see if I can win this way. Oh my god, I can't believe I did that. You saw it here first. You guys, I can hear you laughing. You guys are pissing yourself laughing. I know it. Don't tell anybody that I did that. I'm so embarrassed. Like, I'm so smart. Just use this hole. Ah! That was not my finest moment. But we saved it. So, there you go. I'm going to try this on. So there's the back side. That looks awesome. So you could actually, if you wanted to extend it, you might be able to kind of pull it out on the leather. But that looks... Oh, this is perfect. Any longer would be too long because... So here is my wrist right there. So, okay, so let's get these guys. I'm going to bring them all to the front and tie a knot here to try and secure them. And the barrel knot's going to cover that, so we're not too worried. Okay. We're going to put that there. These guys here. I'm going to take this one. So this one is the longer piece. I did pull it out, but I probably didn't pull it out enough, so one side is longer. So that's the trick that I use. You can see like this. So then when you go to do the next barrel knot, use the longer one. So that one's on the bottom. So I'm going to go in the opposite direction. That. And 1, 2, and there, like that. We're going to take and put this through here. And bring it all the way through. Tighten that. So we'll be able to cut this now because this is going to secure it. We will put some glue, you can see. Might bring that down a bit so that it's right on the knot. And make sure we have them. Okay, so I'm going to cut these. Find my scissors, they're there. So this is all that was left. That's not too bad. So I guess I did get the right amount, and I'll put some GS Hypo on there. And so now we need an opening for the button. So I just take that button and get an idea of how big a space I need. So probably about there. Okay, so I'm just going to hold it with my finger. Again, if you have one side that's longer, they're kind of even now. So now you take your tube and you can go either way, it doesn't matter. 1, 2, and through here. And pull that through. And let's double check our size of our, it's a bit big, so I think I'm going to slide the knot up a little more. Yeah, that's, I think it needs to. So just hang on to the one and bring it up, and then tighten the other. Tighten that. There. And let's see if we can put a little knot on the ends of these to really fancy them up. Otherwise you can cut it short or maybe a bit of a tail. I like to try and, now that we don't have a lot left on here, you really have to push your tube up that way, and you're only going to do it, you're basically putting a knot in it, hence barrel knot. Like, yeah, we got it, Emma. So I'll just slide this in here. That. And look, there's your, so now I'm going to do it a second time around. I want it to be a nice knot like that. Let's see if I can get this. It gets a bit finicky when there's not a lot, and that's why I like leaving lots on the end. Let's pull that through. Now you want to push it down because you want this to be near the end of this. Just pull down like that. So that's kind of cool, and then you can clip that. Make sure it's on there good so that it doesn't slide off. Okay, let's do the next one. So this one's not as bad because you've got more to grab onto. There. And I like to, sometimes you can do it even, these knots, and other times you could do them offset like this. Let's see what that brings us. Yeah, it's a tiny bit offset. There. Okay, and we'll use our clippers. So we'll just make sure you leave a little bit there because if it does unravel, and you can put a dab of glue in there so that knot doesn't come undone. But I pull mine tight and they're super soft, so they stay. Goodbye. And I'm just going to leave this part here because I'm going to take this and I'm going to weave it in there. But let's take a look at what we have. Oh my gosh, this is so pretty. This turned out amazing. Look at this. Wow. That is awesome. Wow. I'm going to be making some more of these guys. This beautiful flower button. That turned out absolutely amazing. So thank you so much for joining me. That was fun. Rescue the clipboard. Normally I tie a string to it and then attach it to the button. And I was like, oh, I'm just going to slide it through here. This makes a lot of sense. Definitely didn't think that one through. So, oh, this is really nice and smooth on the inside. So let's try it on, actually. And let me bring this out a bit so you can see what it looks like on. Oh, wow. You could do like kind of like the flower crown colors. So let's see how big it is for me. But oh my gosh, that is incredible. This turned out really nice. Thank you so much, Sarah Ellis. That is awesome. These are pretty. Get your lucite flowers out. Your macrame. Ta-da. Goes with my lotus flower. That's pretty. Oh, we could do some really super cool things with this. Oh, I'm so excited. So that's the S-Lon. I love it. Love, love, love it. I could see ordering more of this stuff, and these colors are delicious. They're so beautiful. So there you go. Thank you so much for joining me, and take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Now I gotta go hide this clipboard from my wife. She'll be like, what'd you do to that clipboard? Looks like some animal chewed on it. Yes, the animal of Emma.